shooting. Police say Anderson, his brother, and two others opened fire.
All right. Thank you guys for joining in with me today for Who Want a Life Sentence. Before we get started, I'm gonna make a couple announcements because I always forget. So I wrote them down this time. So guys, we're gonna do our first live. We're gonna go live for the first time once we hit 500 subscribers. I ain't gonna go before then. We almost at 400. So we almost there. We'll just keep on tugging, man. Like, subscribe, and share. You know, show the love from channel. Y'all see what's going on. Show the channel some love. Like, share, subscribe. And first of all, let me address you haters. All right. So I notice I get a lot of comments about, you know, what I should do, how I should talk, what I say. And you know, and one of my subscribers told me that the best thing to do was to just ignore you guys. So that's the approach I'm gonna take. I'm no longer going to respond to the haters. But let me let you know this. You know, I ain't asked you to be here. You can leave if you want to. You can go find you another channel. You know, if you think you gotta take an offense to something that I'm doing, you know, you can report to the closest hell. Bye. You know, I don't need you here. I ain't asked you to be here. I don't need your comment. I don't need none of that. So get your, all right, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that go. So y'all know we try to keep it real as possible. We're gonna be here for about an hour. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna keep it light. But at the same time, we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna try to make some sense of things. And we're gonna judge some niggas. You know what I mean? So, you know, we might not be monetized. Who knows? So if you want to show love to the channel, hit the Cash App, man. Donate something. It don't matter if we ain't begging, and it don't hurt $1, $100. We appreciate it. And speaking of that, let me just say, while I'm at it, I'm paid to be here. Yeah. The first time dude paid me for my videos, it was a wrap. It's done. It's over with, right? So I'm officially here. I ain't going nowhere, and I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. Shout out to Melissa Hill. Every time I drop a video, man, you the reason I'm keeping going. Shout out to you, Melissa. All right, so today, y'all, I want y'all to scrap in. When I say scrap in, man, I'm talking about, you know, get whatever you got. Because we going to Memphis 10. Now, when I say scrap up, grab your scrap, man, that means, you know, whatever weapon you got, grab it, because we're going to Memphis 10. And I'm letting you know now, these guys play by a different set of rules. I can't grab the scrap. I'm a convicted felon, so I have no scraps. I'm riding with this. You know, what y'all got? Whatever you got, you know what I mean, it's all good, but this what I'm riding with. All right? It ain't effective as a bullet. It'll take your ass down, though. All right, so, and if you need one, I got the new ones, the special police edition. If you need one, let me know, and I'll get that to you. They only like 150 in stores, man. I give you a discount price. Anyway, scrap up, man. We're going to Memphis. I'm gonna go grab the Joe, and we'll get ready to handle this business. But y'all check out the video.
Family members identify the child shot and killed yesterday inside of a home in Germantown as little 4-year-old Trey Anderson. Investigators say he was with his father when the gun went off. Hello, I'm Greg Hirsch. Stephanie is off tonight. Police say right now it appears that shooting was accidental. But as WREG's Melissa Moon reports, the boy's father is already facing some serious charges in another shooting. So, Melissa, what'd you find out?
Well, Jerry Anderson out of jail on $250,000 bond in a 2020 shooting where 3 people were wounded, including a 2-year-old girl and a 70-year-old woman. One of those victims says he shouldn't have any guns in his home. This is Jerry Anderson's mugshot from 2 years ago after he was charged with 15 counts of attempted first-degree murder in this shooting. Police say Anderson, his brother, and 2 others opened fire on a house on Macklemore, came back a few hours later, and shot it up again.
I heard the noise, but the bullet hit me. And when it hit me, I fell.
72-year-old Lola Bolden says she and several other relatives were on the front porch cleaning up glass from the first shooting when they were ambushed. Bolden was shot in both legs. One bullet went right through her 2-year-old great-granddaughter's knee.
My grandbaby ran to me.
Bolden was shocked to learn Jerry Anderson was the father of the 4-year-old who died Wednesday inside this Germantown home.
We were just saying, he on Facebook with his card and enjoying himself. My grandbaby still got to have a second surgery.
Relatives say Anderson was with his son Trey when he was shot. Police say it appears it was an accident, but haven't said if anyone will be charged. Trey's maternal grandmother says the family is hurting and they just want answers. Bolden understands.
As a mother and a grandmother, it hurts because it's senseless killing. It's senseless killing, and it has to stop.
After the Macklemore shooting, Anderson was released from jail on a $250,000 bond. Bolden doesn't think he should be anywhere near a gun.
No, ma'am, he should not.
Court records also show Anderson was arrested in 2020 for assaulting Trey's mother, but the case was dismissed. As for the shooting yesterday, Germantown police say they are still waiting for an autopsy report, but the investigation is ongoing and active. In the studio, Melissa Moon, WREG, News Channel 3.
Okay, so we're gonna start with today. As y'all can see, we talking about real street niggas. What is a real street nigga? First and foremost, I'm gonna say this one of the theories I got from Ayo Canseco of a Big Fat Podcast. I suggest y'all go check him out. He do a lot of introspective thinking. So a real street nigga is a person. It can be man, woman. It can be female, male, female, black, white, green. A real street nigga is someone who is 100% dedicated to the street, right? Even after the street has threatened to take your life, even after the street has robbed you of everything, even after the street has taken your family, taken your youth, done all this, and you'll still go back. On the other hand, a real street nigga is also a person who has successfully made it out of the muck, out of the BS, and still decide that that's where they want to be, that's where they want to dwell, that's where they want to hang. You know, you made it out of the trap, the ghetto, and you go back to it. That's a real street nigga. Most times, real street nigga gonna end up dying in them streets or in his streets that he think, that he's a part of. So, we going over some real street niggas today, which take us down to Memphis. You guys saw the video. There are some things we want to go over in the video, some really obvious things. And, honestly, man, we're going to give our opinion and we're going to judge these niggas. Okay. And honestly, if you think I'm saying something wrong, I'm sorry. It's fuck how you feel. And why is it that? Well, it's like that because what about the people on the other side? What about all the victims? What about everybody that was hurt? What about everybody on the bad end of the chaos created by these real street niggas, right? Prime example, we got Jerry Anderson. So from the video said it was four guys involved in this shooting. Couple of things we want to look at right off the top. Number one. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't even banging the gavel on these niggas. Court is in session. All right, so number one. They doing this assault in broad daylight. I had the reports, but the report said that the assault happened, I think somewhere, it was between 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That is broad daylight. Okay. What does that mean? If you will pull off an assault like this in broad daylight, excuse me, I'm trying to look up the report. But if you will pull off an assault like this in broad daylight, what won't you do? Right? That's what we want to know. What won't you do? So that's what that means. The first thing is the guys pulled off the hit in broad daylight. This is a clear message. And what is the message intended to be intended that you intend to send by doing this in broad daylight? Well, the first message is don't play with me. Right? There's no basically no restrictions. There's nothing to hold me from getting at you. Right? So don't play with me. It also says we don't care who is hurt in this assault. Whatever me and you have going on, you done violated the terms of whatever we had going on, which means you playing with me. I can't let you play with me, right? So the first thing we notice is it's in broad daylight. So they ain't scared. The second thing we notice is these guys pulled off this assault with their own car. All right, they pulled off the assault with their own vehicles, $100,000 vehicles. I mean, easily identifiable, foreign cars, a G-Wagon. What does this say? This sends a similar message. Most times if something like that happened, somebody go steal a car and, do the hit, or, you get somebody, you don't do it in your own car. So to come and pull this hit off, or to come and pull this assault off in your own vehicle, that means, I want you to know that I did it. Now, let's stop right there when we're talking about real street niggas, because Memphis has a real snitch code that they abide by, and they don't play about it. You can get hurt real bad for having that snitch jacket on your name in Memphis. Big Motor just lost his life, RIP. And, it's weird. Let me not even try to go into that, but I'm saying that to say anything that I say on here, this ain't no snitching, because first of all, I'm getting it from the internet. So that means I'm getting it from authorities. I can't tell authorities. I get it from authorities. But so you guys, they don't care. They really would rather that they done it. They want you to know that was my car out there. Yeah, you owe me money. We playing. Let it not be a mistake. That was us trying to get at your ass. Okay? That was us. And we almost got you. That means a lot of people would say that this is a cowardly type shooting. And they say that because they say, you just shooting that. You ain't trying to hit your target. You just shooting to hit anybody. And that's cowardly stuff. Run down on your man. Get your man. Walk down on your man. Well, I disagree. I agree that it is a cowardly type manner of doing things, but I don't think it's coming with that same cowardly attitude. See, this means when you shoot up a person's house, like I just explained, there's a different message in here. The message is, all right, we got something going on. You owe me money. We're going to say you owe me money or you robbed me. Whatever we got going on, we got something going on. I know where you stay. So when I hit your house up, that tells you I'm not playing with you. Somebody could have died. I don't give a fuck if they died. You know, if they died, it's your fault for playing with me. I told you not to play with me. You played with me. So somebody might die. Now, if nobody dies, it's all well and good. Now you know the level that we own. You see where we at. All right. Next time I come through, somebody might actually die. This time was just random. It was just random. You know, babies at school, wasn't nobody there, whatever. The next time I come through at their house, I'm going to make sure it's about 7 o'clock when all the school out, when everybody done got off work, everybody chilling. And then we're going to see, you're going to pay the piper then. So that's what that message is saying. This is not no coward shit, because cowards don't ride up in their own vehicle and get out and perform an act like this in broad day. Then when the police came, they took their reports. Nobody reported anybody. Nobody, gave reports on. Nobody gave no names. After the police left, the same car spent back around. This is what they call spin a block again. Understand, first time I heard this was in a rap song. You do something, you hurt somebody. And so this is what I'm saying, this killer code is directly related to hip hop and our rappers. So after the police leave, they spin again, same house. When they spin again, it's 18 people inside the house. A 70-year-old woman gets hit in the leg. It nicks her artery. She didn't die, thank God. But as we can see, nobody's off limits. I was about to say who's off limits. I was about to, put a spiel out there like, y'all, we need to do better, did this. But we got to understand something. This is Memphis, Tennessee. That's not the same case in Memphis, Tennessee. It ain't no when we gonna stop the violence and this. Everyone that I've talked to from Memphis, Tennessee, or who knows anything about Tennessee would agree that it is not gonna slow down anytime soon, right? For instance, Young Dolph was one of the brightest stars they had coming out of Memphis. I mean, he literally should have been able to walk Memphis unprotected and be able to make it because he fed people there. And those same streets still ate him alive. R.I.P. Young Dolph. I mean, no disrespect. I'm definitely a PRE fan. So we don't go the same way at Memphis. Like, man, when we gonna stop? When we gonna? We understand that they are on their own time. Man, 70-year-old woman got hit and a bullet hit her artery. So that was a close call. She almost died. A 2-year-old baby girl get hit. So 9 out of 10. Probably nobody who was at the dealing or nobody who's responsible for this street mess got hit or was even in the vicinity. 2-year-old girl get hit, right? Now, after even after all that, a couple of years later, Jerry's 4-year-old son Trey gets shot and he dies. And no one has been charged with any murders when it comes to him. It's been looked at as an accident. But what I want to show is just the pattern of death around the real street nigga, Jerry Anderson. And why is so the normal person, the person that's not a street nigga might have kids, might have firearms like the normal American, you can have a gun safe, you can have little safe boxes, you can have whatever to keep the weapons secure, so that no innocent bystanders get hurt, so that it don't fall into the wrong hands. But understand, when you dealing with a real street nigga, that gun can't be in no safe. That gun can't be no farther than about 3 seconds from you, at the max 5 seconds, which is gonna be another room. If you in the bathroom, gun in the kitchen. If you in the living room, gun under the table in the dining room. That gun cannot be unloaded in the safe, protected. That gun got to be cocked and ready at all times. Just for instance, like this, if somebody pull up and just open fire, right? Because you got beef, you got active beef. So you got to understand that it's always going to be death surrounding situations like these with real street niggas. So that's Jerry Anderson. He got a 70-year-old woman shot, a 2-year-old baby shot, and then his son tragically lost his life. Now, that's just what they've reported on the news. That's just what they've given us. So that ain't the stuff that we don't know about. All right, we're going to move on. Next, we got Jarrell Anderson. This is Jerry's older brother. All right, so you got Jerry and Jarrell. Jarrell is the older brother. All right, so Jarrell Anderson what I'm not understanding about him is Jarrell Anderson, he's the older brother, and it would seem just from the reports and how it seemed like they were living, if you're doing drive-bys and $100,000 cars, you would think that these guys had some business about themselves. They were serious about their issue. But I don't know about Jarrell. Jarrell seemed to be like the crash dummy street nigga type. The kind that ain't got too much brain. So with Jarrell, this is a news article I'm reading, by the way. I'll let y'all read along with me. A suspected carjacker been on the run for months. We'll skip down through that. Jarrell Anderson, 33, is facing several charges, including carjacking, employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, and attempted burglary. Burglary? He ran down and tried to steal a lady's car. I ain't gonna read through that. MPD said 3 days later, 2 men driving the same Infiniti were caught on camera trying to break into a Regions ATM in the 3500 block of Kirby Parkway. So what are you above? Like, what are you, if somebody suggests some bullshit, let's go break into PetSmart. You like, let's run it. Let's do that. I mean, you snatching ATMs. Now, to be honest, I don't get it. Sometimes some niggas, real street niggas, be like, I gotta have it. Whatever it is, I gotta have it. They don't turn down nothing. But this nigga carjacking, snatching ATMs, shooting at houses. Jarrell is everywhere. All right. Anderson is being held on a $75,000 bond. He's scheduled to appear before a judge on January 25th. All right. So that's what we got for Jarrell Anderson. Now, not only this, for Jarrell Anderson, this is the older brother with the 2 boys, but he was shot in the neck. You know who he was shot in the neck by? Jalen Hatch. Jalen Hatch shot him in the neck almost a year after this video with the boys shooting up the home. So, now, understand something. I speak this with all due respect. I do not understand the Memphis culture, so I'm only speaking from an outsider. I'm speaking from what the world has given us, from how people talk and so forth and so on. So Memphis seemed to be the backdoor capital. I mean, meaning somebody will cross you out. Someone you thought was your friend. You know, if my friend come and tell me, hey, bro, let's go record a song, you know, he's already plotted and told some more guys, I'm gonna take him to the studio. He had this on him, and y'all come and get us, come get him, whatever. Or, you know, hey, bro, let me come over your house. Then when I come over your house, you leave my back door open for some guys to come in and rob us. All this is backdoor activity. Or if we once been friends and now we no longer friends for whatever happened, you know, you guys, 2-3 guys pay some other guy to come and take me out of my misery. So this is a backdoor, it's a backdoor culture, and it's heavy in Memphis. I can't speak too deep on it because I don't know about it firsthand. But from these reports, so Jarrell was shot in the neck by Jalen Hatch, right? Let me see if I can pull up something for y'all for Jalen Hatch. Okay. Here we go. A Shelby County grand jury indicted 22-year-old Jalen Hatch on counts of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, especially aggravated robbery, employment of a firearm in the commission of a dangerous felony, and convicted felon in possession of a handgun. He was also indicted on theft of property under $1,000 and unlawful possession of a controlled substance related to his arrest 2 days after the shootings, which means 2 days after the shooting, he got arrested, and basically he done killed these boys, shot these boys, and he only took like whatever it was, wasn't even worth $1,000. So he just took petty jewelry, a couple of ounces of weed, a little couple dollars, or what. It really wasn't no robbery move, which means when he came over to the studio, he came to kill. Why was he coming to kill? Maybe it was about the shooting that I just showed y'all, or what happened earlier. But whatever it was, this was his friend that he was on the case with. Shelby County District Attorney said the shooting happened January 16, 2021. The shooting at the house happened June 8th, 2020, almost a year from this. Investigators say Maisie's Hardy and a friend was recording a song in a home studio when Hatch and another man came in. They said Hatch and the other man pulled out guns and ordered the victim to open a safe. Prosecutors said that when the victim had trouble getting the safe open, the two suspects fired, killing Hardy and critically injuring his friend, who was shot in the neck. His friend was Jarrell Anderson, his own homeboy, who got shot in the neck. Hatch was arrested 2 days after the shooting with a stolen gun, an extended clip, and about 11 grams of marijuana. Prosecutors said Hatch had previously recorded a song with one of the victims. So we homeboy, we friends, we on the same track. Okay, so this is the result of being a real street nigga. I'm gonna be honest, it's too hot for me. I wouldn't be able to handle it. I gotta watch my own homeboys, the niggas that I'm supposed to be cool with, the niggas that I plan and plot deadly sins with. I gotta watch them. This is the backdoor culture. This is real life street nigga. This real street nigga shit. And like I said in the beginning, after all this, your homeboy trying to snake you, your homeboy trying to eat you, your homeboy killing his homeboy, all this. If they let them guys go, you know where they going? You know where they going? They going back to the street. These real street niggas. They going back. And now they just gonna have a story. It's just gonna give them, it'll give them glory. It'll give them real street rep. I've been shot in the neck. I done beat murder case. Everybody I know I killed such over there. Them folk can't hold me. These real street niggas. This what you better, all right? You better, all right? When I say real street niggas, I'm gonna give y'all some examples. I would say a real street nigga would be like Black Youngster. He rich. He got signed by Yo Gotti. Even if he ain't rich, he doing way better than a lot of people. But Black Youngster pulled up on Young Dolph car and shot it up in the middle of broad day and just caught the case. And it's really no big deal. And he didn't even dislike the man. So even after he had already made it, he went back. Real street nigga. Young Thug. You know, Young Thug, his trial is just starting right now. So they just picked this, they just picked his last juror. So he getting ready to go on trial for murder. And I mean, this is a man who has changed multiple people's lives. Changed their lives. Man said he got 11 brothers and sisters, bought everybody a house and car. That's life changing. And that's small. That's nothing. That's small. He made Gunna a star. Went back to the street. King Von. Y'all know King Von. We got another guy on here, but I ain't gonna say his name because y'all probably don't know him. But King Von, y'all know King Von, raised OTF, born and raised Chicago. But he caught an opportunity. When he caught his opportunity, he took it right back to, some people would say he kept it real. Some people would say he kept it real. I think them same guys were there when he died. And I mean, it probably happened so fast, ain't nobody what they supposed to do, jump in front of the book. Like, I get it. I understand, I get it. But if he wasn't a real street nigga, then it would have been a different story. Okay? Then you got guys like, I want to say like T.I. In my eyes, T.I. not a real street nigga. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of T.I. Got all the music. I can rap all the songs. Real ATLian. And I want to be like T.I. At one point in time, he was a street nigga. Sold drugs, got locked up, do this, do that. Now he's a family and a businessman. You know, nobody says you can't change. There's no rules against changing, man. If somebody wants you to believe that changing is a bad thing, then you got to get away from that person. Get away from that person. They do not have your best interest at heart if they think changing is a bad thing. And it's probably because they can't change. All right, guys like Yo Gotti. I don't know. My homeboy said Yo Gotti bought the apartments that banned him in Memphis. Say he owned the apartment now. You know, so I can't say he don't go back. But it would really surprise me to know that Yo Gotti stomped around Memphis the way Young Dolph did, or the way that some of the guys currently do. Why? I mean, in all rights, he should be able to. But you just gotta understand where you at and where you coming from, man. You just a lick to some people. You a walking bankroll. Y'all see that, Ty? No YouTube. I did that without YouTube. Double Windsor. Y'all hit me up. Let me know if y'all want it. All right, so another one, Lil Durk. In my eyes, man, Lil Durk not no real street nigga. Now, when I say this, it's not a bad thing. Maybe Lil Durk is over there in an old block every day, all night. But it don't look like that. It look like that man then went somewhere else where it can cool off, which means he got some kind of brain, man. They said Lil Durk drive, say he bought a trucking company. He got multiple 18-wheelers. That's not no real street nigga shit. I'm just being honest. Most real street niggas don't buy 18-wheelers. I don't know why Whack 100 just jumped in my head, but niggas like him. This nigga will get on Clubhouse. This nigga will get on No Jumper, all this internet stuff, everything tough and gangster. That's all cool. But now let me not say that because, you know, according to him, he'll meet you in them streets. But man, when you doing those kind of numbers, you would got to be a goddamn fool to be involved in any kind of street activity, such as what we just saw, what I showed you guys. Right? So let's move on. Mr. Hatch, Jalen Hatch. Man, I don't even know. I'm gonna try to keep up with these trials because y'all, boy, look at all these charges that Jalen Hatch got. This real street nigga shit. First-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, especially aggravated robbery, employment of a firearm in the commission of a dangerous felony, convicted felon in possession of a handgun, theft of property under $1,000, unlawful possession of a controlled substance. To be honest, man, it's just nothing that my boy won't do. He's surrounded by death. You know, this the kind of guy that, man, you know, everybody will have respect for, but they'll secretly be afraid of. And that same fear will be the reason that someone kill him. Come on now. That same fear will be the reason that somebody take his life. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what else to say. I was thinking about it, like, you know, I can't remember why I was thinking about bulletproof cars, but you know, people, like famous people like these, when you get successful, like King Von and Lil Durk and Yo Gotti and stuff like this, you know, they gonna spend 300, 400, 500,000 on bulletproof vehicles, which is smart. Puffy, Birdman, that's smart. I agree. Tekashi 6ix9ine. But think about it. How many times have you actually heard that it came in handy? Right? Most like we're gonna say Migos, we just going random. If you went to Offset house, Quavo house, you know, if you saw the cars, it's gonna be Hellcat, Lamborghini, Murcielago, whatever it is. Then it might be a bulletproof limo, you know, way down there or over off to the side. Like, yeah, you know, when I go through such and such, we take the limo. Or when I send my wife out, they take the limo. It's not a everyday vehicle. It you know what I mean? Most of the time, the rapper can do what they do. But in Memphis, Dolph was riding in it, and it actually came in handy. You got a lunatic shot 100 rounds at him. I don't even consider myself a scary dude. But I don't think I'm going, brothers. I don't think I'm going to Memphis. I don't think I'm going. Now, my father is a real street dude. That's who I'm going to do the story on today. But anyway, I'm going to let this one go, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging with me. Mr. Jalen Hatch. It was actually 4 guys in here. Jalen Hatch, Jerry. What's his name? Jerry Anderson, Jarrell Anderson, and the other guy. You know, I don't really know what to say, man. We're gonna see what y'all guys get. I don't think it's looking good for nobody. But we are in Memphis, Tennessee. They made a $250,000 bond after trying to kill somebody, so anything is possible, right? I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. We're gonna keep this thing live, man. Y'all like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. That's the judgment of the court.